Hey everyone, welcome. That's not my fun podcast for a festive special on the beers with Alex. How you doing, mate? Mate.
Mike's muted. Happy Christmas, everybody. How we doing?
Well, despite the club being the way it is, we're still in a jolly mood and feeling festive despite all the shit going on. And to be honest, it's probably the best way to talk about it rather than moan about it anyway. Because the thing is, we know this team and the club. We know what's going on with it. And the thing is, LB's done it. Martin's done it. We've all done it. We've all discussed it enough for what the issues are, right? But what we're going to talk about is the actual game itself today, and also the few other things that's going on as well. But we'll do it in a bit more of a jovial spirit.
Yeah.
Now,
I was just going to say, you might realise there's one person missing. He's extremely hungover.
Yeah.
Like, his head is over the bowl. He's absolutely twisted. So, yeah, he can't make it today, but he said he'll watch if the phone screen isn't too bright for him. So give him all his best, but I've got no sympathy for those who drink to get absolutely smashed like he did last night. So, yeah, he's not going to make it today.
No, I'm not saying, but it's right. It'll be back probably before the new year anyway. I'm sure we'll do.
It'll be all right.
Yeah. But before we carry on, we're going to discuss because it's been an absolute madness on Twitter. Like the fan base has gone into complete meltdown. Like, don't be wrong, right? I completely get like losing games and how bad it can be sometimes, but the way it's gone recently with how fans on Twitter are debating each other, like quite abusive now. I had someone question my loyalty to the club for no reason. Other people like other go at you for stuff. Other go at Martin for stuff. So it's getting out of hand. I get we're losing matches. Young, as long as you're young, old, main road, it doesn't matter who you are, guys. As a fan base, this difficult point in the club together because it's not going to get any better if we're at war with each other.
No,
it's not because, and it's never going to change. Look, this will get better. It will. Yeah. It will. But look, the league, forget it. It is done. I cannot see a team. I think weird things football, but Liverpool right now should be feeling confident at going to the league. Arsenal haven't got Saka anymore. Chelsea are very young in this. Liverpool should now win the league. In my opinion, they should win the league from this point. Yeah. Our target should be getting top four. No, actually, first off, get wins on the belt. A couple of wins. Run. Forget the league position. Forget the league. Let's get some wins on our belt because last time we actually got some wins on our belt was back in October. Back-to-back wins. We have one win in 12, which, by the way, is our second worst run in 21st century. Our second worst.
Yeah. I said to you, didn't I? The last time I created... Yeah, I by the way, I was only joking. He's not hungover. He's just not very well. Like me, he's got the brunt end of a cold. I'm at the back end of it now, so yeah, he's all right. He's fine.
He'll be all right.
Yeah. But I said to you, didn't I? I said I haven't created a thumbnail for a game that we've won since Wolves.
No.
I'm going back to
Southampton.
Yeah. No, Wolves was after that, wasn't it?
No, I think it was Wolves away. Then it was Southampton at home. Because obviously, yeah.
Was it?
Well, because obviously the Forest game was during the week, wasn't it? After the podcast.
So I never did one during the week because we only do them at weekend. Well, after the weekend. So, but going back to the fans, like it's ridiculous. Like I said the other day, I was just literally trying to ask a question to see what other people think, and like saying to them, like, at what point do you actually question the manager? Right? I don't want him to go. What I don't see why anyone would want him out, really. I get why people would be saying at this point, look, I might be happy with the change. Okay, that's fine. But I don't want him to go because I think personally he deserves a chance to put it right. Because for me, he's at fault for the mess in the first place because he's the one who won't sign the players. So therefore, he always says to his players, when we're 2-0 down at halftime, say, you got us in this position, you get us out of it. So I think it should be roles reversed. Pep's got us in this position by only wanting a small squad. Pep should be able to get us out of it. And I've got no doubt he will get us out of it. But I was purely saying, at what point do we start to think, hang on a minute, he might not actually be able to do this? At what point do the owners start? Do people seriously think the owners are happy with this? Do people seriously think that the owners like Khaldoon Al Mubarak are walking out of the Etihad Stadium or wherever they are saying, yeah, this is fine. It's all right. No, because at the end of the day, they don't care about anything but money. So they're going to lose money if we don't win trophies. As Danny said in our group the other day, our revenue was only so high because we got to the latter stages of the Champions League and we won the league. This season, we'll be lucky if we qualify for the qualifier of the Champions League, and we'll be lucky if we even qualify for it next season. So, to me, I'm not questioning. Well, I have begun to kind of think, can he get us out of this? I haven't for 1 second said I'm Pep out. I haven't for 1 second said I'm Pep in. But I just think for people to go at people for saying, hang on a minute, at what point does where he's going with this become a major part of the problem and get questioned? That's all I was saying. And I got absolutely slaughtered for it. And I was like, I give up now. I just genuinely give up. What's the point? What's the point in trying to have a general conversation with people? Because there's so many people who are so argumentative over it, so stuck in their ways and so, fucking delusional. Oh, it's just injuries. If people think it's just injuries, then they can swivel. Because it's far deeper than that.
It is.
It's far deeper than that.
You know,
it's a plethora of different things. Injuries, are they a big part of it? Yes, of course they are. That means that players are playing more than they were supposed to be playing, aka Gundogan, Bernardo, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this as well. But players are playing too much, so that adds to fatigue and that adds to tiredness and that adds to, but that's another thing. So there's injuries, there's fatigue, there's mentality at play here, there's confidence at play as well, there's players' ability, because there's certain players who have dropped off a cliff massively. We all know who they are. I'm not going to name them again because we keep naming them week in, week out. And I said, if you watch this, I would tell you who I think are the big problems behind the scenes. I'm still not going to tell you because I think the majority of people know. They're all English. And, that's all I'm saying. But there's bigger problems than just injuries. And I think it's a case of just it's not a case of riding it out, because riding it out is going to get us nowhere. We need to kind of get out of this kind of we'll bounce back. They've been saying that since fucking September.
Mm-hmm.
It's January next week. If you're going to bounce back, do it on the pitch. Work a little bit harder. And instead of saying, I'm tired, I'm fatigued, they're fatigued. Bollocks. Work that little bit harder. Bloody hell. How hard do we work? How many hours do you do a week? Countless.
Well, yeah.
I'm exhausted. You're exhausted. Danny's made himself ill. He's that exhausted because he's working so hard. Put that little bit more effort in, even if it's just 1%. And then let's see where we end up then. Because there's certain players who aren't trying.
Oh, yeah, no, honestly. And so before we carry on, anyone watching the stream, make sure to leave a like on the stream if you're comfortable already. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Go to 1K subs. Look, hopefully we can get it, obviously, as soon as possible. Probably at the end of the year. I mean, I'd love to get it at the end of the year. We can get a number of subs at that time. But if we get to 1K subs as soon as possible, I'll be great for us all.
We'll do a free giveaway as well of something. We'll think of something. If you can get us to that, I don't know how many people are watching right now, but if you can get us to that, we'll give you something for nothing. And we'll do like a little competition. Probably I was thinking we could do like a quiz night some nights as well during the season. Especially during the summer when there's no football. Do like quiz nights and do like live stuff like that. But and if you want to join in at any point, just pop up, say hello.
Yeah, so yeah, obviously as well. Obviously, we do understand. Obviously, it's a Monday, 2 o'clock. Obviously, not everyone's off work yet. Obviously, some actually still working at this time. Still, it's mental. I can't believe that's actually a thing. But yeah, yeah. Well, this is me. I actually booked it off myself, so I thought I'll book off and get the days off. But look, to anyone who's here, we actually do appreciate obviously you watching, obviously, and seeing what we have to say. But for me at the moment, it's beyond the point now of anger for me because as well, Alex, most importantly as well, how worried I was before you were in a way because I know we're winning games like Brentford, Fulham, and all that, and we're getting wins, but we could all see that it was individual performances that were getting us over the line again, not actual team performance. Like, do you remember when you and me were sat together, right? And Brentford scored that goal as a fans. I was thinking, wait, what? And I thought, what? Defensively, we looked all over the place.
Do you know what? I wasn't even worried, was I? Really?
You weren't, no. But I get why you weren't because there was one game.
I always thought, right, we were playing badly but winning, and I've always said playing badly and winning is a sign of a good team, right?
Usually,
but then everyone was kind of telling me, and I'll hold my hands up to this. Everyone else was spot on with it. I couldn't really. I thought we're playing badly, but we're winning. I haven't got an issue with this because it's going to get better. And if we're playing badly and winning, when we get better, the results are going to keep getting better. And I was like, okay, fine. And I'll hold my hands up to this. Everybody else was absolutely spot on that, yes, we were winning, but that was so shit, it was going to come crashing down. And I didn't think it would come crashing down. I'll be brutally honest. I didn't think it would. And it did.
The thing is, right, even the treble year, though, like, even though we won the treble, right, before that, mate, do you remember that Miss Farney was met at one point? Like we started off really well, Haaland. Then suddenly we hit a break, and we start drawing games here and there. Then obviously Tottenham lost 1-0 Tottenham, and then the Chargers hit, and after that went on the run. But the problem is, though, you can't keep relying on the club to at some point it needs to actually act. And also the signings as well have been piss poor. They've been for the past 2 years. Like, and let's be honest here, when was the last time CFC at a window where all the signings were good?
Yeah.
Now,
when was the last time they were good?
Haaland, Alvarez, Ortega were good for what they did.
What about I was going to say the summer we signed Haaland probably,
but Phillips was a bad signing. Bad signing. It's been a failure.
Everyone we signed, yes, okay, they haven't been like high quality, world class, world beating signings, but you cannot tell me anybody we've signed, barring Calvin Phillips, is a bad player. I don't even think Calvin Phillips is a bad player, you know. I think he's just miles out of his depth, and his mentality shot to pieces because Pep told him he was fat.
Yeah,
you know,
he should have fought back at the start, but he didn't. That's the issue with him.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But also as well, a number of these players in his team, mate. I said to you before the stream, mate. I don't think anyone's places now is guaranteed anymore.
No.
In this current window, I'm like, you know what? If anyone wants to go, there's a door. Jack.
Yeah.
Look, for me, I keep Haaland. Like, I know we said Haaland actively, but we all kind of know he's not really the issue in this team for me. He's the solution to the issue. But what we've got to do is actually find a way of playing to suit him.
Totally agree with that.
Himself. Look, it ain't working the style of play. We've got to play a bit more counter-attacking now, I think, to suit Haaland to get more chances. Because look, don't get me wrong, has he been good this season? I mean, the start was good, but he kind of fell off. But give him a chance on goal, he'll score them. He will. He's still a good striker. Just that when your rest of the team isn't good enough, how can anyone do it to be good in that team? It's down to the fact that we need a better team around him. Now, Kev, he's 33, 34. I much love the guy. We need someone younger in there. Foden needs to get out of his rot. I got the weekend, but he needs to wake up now.
This is a genuine question, right? I'm not saying how I feel one way or another on this. Do anyone else think that Kevin De Bruyne might be a bit of a problem? Because He's in the last year of his contract. He's kind of unknown whether he's going to stay or go. He's the greatest player, arguably, we've ever had in our entire history. But he's our highest paid player by a mile.
That's good.
400 odd grand a week. So do you think he's a bit of an issue in the fact that he's earning that much more than anybody else, but yet there's players who are performing better than him, who are playing more than him, that are nowhere near? Like, I know Rodri's out for the season, but Rodri's probably our best player. Rodri's on less than half that.
Honestly, I think he's off in the summer. I think he
is, and I think he deserves a wonderful send-off. He deserves a testimonial. He probably deserves... Well, what did Joe Hart get? He had a training pitch named after him, didn't he? So if Joe Hart had a training pitch, Yaya had a mosaic, David Silva's had a statue.
Kev a statue. He has to.
I think Kev has got to be up there with Company and David Silva and Aguero in terms of the stat. I think he's got to be. But he's got... I don't know. I don't know what it is. Is it his age? Is it his fitness? Is it his mentality?
Away. Exactly. I don't know why I'm getting
Yes, we have. Yeah, we have, haven't we?
No,
what was the one I went to? Companies, it must have been then.
Because
there was one I went to, but he was injured for it. His own testimony. Oh, okay, it was Companies. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the thing, mate. Like, look, for me, right, when Kev goes, it'll be sad. No matter what happens, like we win. It'll be, look, but listen, I think look at him, right. He doesn't hate it here. Obviously, he loves the club and loves Manchester, but at some point we need to look at thinking, right. Think about the club, not about the player. The club. If we move forward, we're going to say, right, Kev, every game. No, right. Sorry, mate. We need you to move on. Thank you for your services. Here's a statue. Here's all the stuff.
Do you think it's like Pep, where they're kind of the club are saying like you can have it on your own terms. If you want to stay, you can stay. If you want to go, you can go.
I wouldn't blame them because I think to me personally, I think Kev has a right for what he's like. Mate, Kev dragged us over the line so many times. Like in derbies, big games, he's done it all for us, right? Like the last derby, I can't really fault him per se for that because again, it is him. It's the rest of the team that's the issue right now. But the problem is, I can't fault the guy ever for his commitment. I know right now he's struggling because of whatever, but it's not. He's not the reason we're winning shit. He's part of the issue because the whole squad's not playable at the moment. But what we got to look at is we need to think of the future of this club and this team, and that means that he has to go to get someone younger and more fitter in, and we've got to do it. Like I'm at the point now where I don't care who you are. If you're ready to fight for this team, and get our trophies back, our form back, then get out the door. Okay, who you are. It has to be a collective accountability, mate.
Yeah,
everyone's accountable for where we are. The fitness team, mate. What's going on there? Because the amount of time that the fourth players back into play, because like Akanji injured again, Ake injured again, Diaz a month again. Like we just can't get everyone fit. Honestly, I'm done with Stone now. I'm done. Like I love the guy, but we need to move on from him because I know everyone's getting injured. But it's like it's just not pages, is it? It keeps getting back injured again. And I get when force everyone back in again, but then I have to ask the question: why isn't it? Are the players getting game time?
I don't get it.
Right. It's just
How did Stones even get injured?
I don't know. A big up, Nick. The thing is, Nick, you actually are right. There is tweaking needed, but I think I'm not asking for a whole system change, by the way. But I think what we do at some point is transition to a style of play that suits Haaland. You've got to, because you've got Haaland up front. But you've got a guy who's got pace, mate, who can run around defence.
Yeah.
We've got to start, to me, get fullbacks in. Actual fullbacks. Put the Diaz. You get a Frimpong, get a whatever, and go down and overlap fullbacks. That's what I do now. That way, cross into the box to Haaland, more goals. I think. I think because.
So you mean wing
We
backs?
never got wing backs, yeah.
Yeah.
Wing backs. Back because and also as well the high line, by the way, is an absolute.
Totally agree with that. It's bollocks. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, especially in the current market where we're not pressing at all. And if we are trying to press, we end up ballsing it up anyway, and just making a complete mess of it. And then passing it round the back. I was saying to my other half the other day, like, because she was like, what do you think it is? And I said, well, the problem is we've got players playing out of position and a system that isn't working, because we try and play a high line that doesn't work. We try and play an inverted full, but as Danny's saying, it doesn't work because Rico can't do it. He's too weak. And I'm not criticising Rico. That's just who he is. He's not that player. The only player who can probably do it as an inverted fullback would probably be a Kanji. But even he's not good enough at it. We haven't got an official right back or left back who's good enough to do that inverted fullback role. Guardiola is not a left back. No,
he's centre back.
He's a centre back, and his defensive frailties are limited when he plays centre back compared to when he plays left back.
He's not a bad player.
He's not as exposed as much.
I cannot fault Guardiola.
Yeah, I was going to say, it goes to show you everything about this whole thing when he's our second top scorer. Yeah, he has.
Big up, Ed. Yeah. That's what I mean. Look, right, Jack, right. Look, Jack Grealish is a debate in itself in his fan base, right, about how much he's worth, all that kind of stuff. But we need players attack the fullback. Now, Jack against Cash on Saturday did do that, but like Savinio came on the way and did a lot better than that. Took him on and actually got an assist for the goal, because as much as Savio has got a young player and a lot to learn, at least he actually gives it a go. I appreciate that. Like, look, unfortunately for him, he's been playing a lot because of injuries. If Bob was fit, Bob and him and Doku would be a lot more protecting the team, be a lot more easier to get around. But at the moment, we are going to attack the fullbacks. I haven't got it at the moment. I mean, I think he's far. I think the problem is that the rest of the team, when I'm confident about it, is shot. Put him and Diaz in the back together with Fred Bob or someone left back, right? It's really good. You've got a back four which is solid, good. Right now, it's absolute mess. Like,
it is a mess.
It's a mess. Like, I can't fault Guardiola. Look, Guardiola has a good Guardiola recently, not necessarily, but is he the issue that I think is the issue of the team? No, because again, what can he do for the rest of the digital? He's the only one that's been fit or play every game. He's knackered.
Exactly.
He's knackered, mate. Honestly, he's 21, 20 years old. He's still very young, by the way. He's still a very young player. Playing a lot of games. Like, look, I think he himself though is well known that he's not someone that chat shit either. Is he? He's quite honest to himself as well about performances, right? I can't fault him at all. Right? I think, look, mate, you're doing your best with what's there in front of you, but you need help. So does Haaland. They need help, and we haven't got any help that we give them because everyone's injured. The thing is, well, he was actually doing wrong one. That's not the best player, Jack. But the problem is with this, I need this level of performance every game, not just one game every other game. It has to be consistency. Again,
45 minutes once a season ain't good enough. And I don't even think he was our best player. I don't think anyone was our best player. I think if you had to pick anyone who was our best player on Saturday,
yeah,
it would probably be Ortega in the first half, because he's the one who stopped it being 3-0 at half time. Jack, sorry, Danny, Jack created fuck all. He created that one chance for Gvardiol, which was an overhit cross that Gvardiol's jumped too early for, and it's gone way over the bar. It's a half chance. Anyone saying he should have scored talking nonsense, because the ball ain't good enough to score from, and the header ain't good enough anyway. So he's not scoring from that. No one is. So the only one I can really think had a decent first half or had a decent game worth actually saying anything about was probably Ortega. And that's only because he made them 2 saves in the first minute. Other than that, I mean,
because I can't talk for the goals because the first goal was
it's not a false fry the goal, and but there was 3 occasions where Ortega has mishit his pass, and my other half turned around to me and said, "Is that why you say you can't kick a ball?" And I just looked over it and I just went, "What more needs to be said?" Because he can't kick a ball.
He's not the thing. He's a keeper at all. Like, I like Ortega as
he's not a bad keeper. And he can stop the ball with his hands, but our entire system is playing out from the back.
That's the issue.
And that is a key issue in this whole thing. The goalkeeper who can play out from the back is Eddie's gone. The other goalkeeper who comes in to replace him, he might be able to stop the ball going in the net with his hands, but he can't kick a ball. So the system changes, and it doesn't work.
I think for me, mate, Edison for me, right? I think in the summer he has to go. I agree he is.
The trouble is the fans have forced him, mate. The fans have forced him, mate.
Yeah.
The fans have forced him, mate. I adore him. He's the best goalkeeper we've ever had. And everyone will tell you who knows me how much I think of Joe Hart. He was my idol growing up. But I think Edison was is the best keeper we've ever had. And, you know, I just look at what happened after that Ortega save against Spurs. Oh, Edison wouldn't have saved that. Well, you don't know, do you?
The online fan base, mate. Yeah.
Edison was injured, for Christ's sake. Edison got an absolute twatting 20 minutes before that save, had to go off the pitch. Any other normal fan base wouldn't have even tried comparing them. They would have given Ortega the credit he deserved and said, you know, and put their arm around Edison and said, come on, you know, you need to get yourself fit, recover from your injury, go again. But they didn't. They criticised him constantly. Oh, Ortega's better, Ortega's this, Ortega's that. And then he had his head turned by Saudi, got convinced to stayed. But that's a good thing he's staying.
True, Nick. True.
Yeah. You're right. You know, but the whole thing with Edison is really sad. It's really, really sad because I've said it on here. I've said it to you guys. The best 2 positions we've got, where we've got a world-class player and then a decent enough substitute, is goalkeeper. And I don't rate Ortega that highly. People saying he's better than Edison and talking complete waffle in my eyes. He's not. No way. But Edison has had his head shot to pieces by fans who are saying that. And, okay, you can come at me and say that's his mentality, though. He shouldn't let it affect him. But it does. It does affect you. When it's millions and millions and millions of people saying the same thing constantly, it does affect you. It affects Jack as well. It's affected Calvin. I think it affects a hell of a lot more players than people realise. And I'm guilty of it. I'll hold my hands up to it. But I think the whole thing with Edison, it's really sad because he is, and Danny will say legend gets thrown around a hell of a lot. Edison is a legend of this football club. If Joe Hart is, Edison is.
Yeah. But I think the thing is, right, look, I think we accept as well that in the summer, if he goes, it is what it is. Because what we've got to do, though, look, at the end of the day, right, the fan base go week in, week out, the online fan base, the ones that are on Twitter right now, mouthing off at each other every week, every game about this, that. Like, you guys, honestly, just seriously, if there being player stands, be a fan of the club. Rather than that's the issue with football, mate. People who love one player and that's it. No one else but the club, just the player itself. I'm sorry, not a football fan. It's not. It's just someone who just wants to, feel that they're a fan boy, a fan girl there. It's all about being a supporter of the football club and the team. Now, for me, I don't care on someone who goes. I'm at the point now where I'm like, I want the team to move forward. I want players who want to be here. If Edison doesn't want to be here anymore, then I'm sorry, it is what it is. It sucks, but we've got to move forward. You find another keeper, I say a young keeper, a job, or Ortega, and you go from there. But Ederson for me won't be staying here much longer. I think he'll be gone in the summer.
No, I do as well. I do, and that it's he's one of those players that when he goes, it will hurt, and it will be.
Hurt.
It's because the fans have forced him out for me. The fans have forced him out, and it's just I don't know what it is about him. I don't know. His head's gone, and I know why his head's gone. And I think going back to those players that are a problem now behind the scenes, I think sadly because his head has gone, he's one of them.
It's probably why not, man? At this point, let's go for it. Well, mate,
and I'll say the same for Grealish as well. I feel really sorry for Ederson and Jack because I'm really critical of Jack, but that's purely because I know that deep down Jack has the ability to do it. I never or rarely see him do it, and it's like the ability is there, but Ederson does it. Ederson works his bollocks off, and he does it. And everyone's he's not saved a penalty in 20 years. And name me a goalkeeper that saved every penalty they faced. Fucking hell. There's players who play in the Premier League who scored every single penalty they took. Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, but I think it's like I do feel sorry for both of them. More so one end of the scale compared to the other. I feel sorry for Jack because I know that he's got the ability to do it and he doesn't do it. He doesn't take the risk. He just doesn't. It's almost like, I'm not taking a risk. And then he lost his head after the final whistle, holding them 3 fingers up. People will find that funny, but that really wound me up. Don't do that, mate. You've just lost the game. And you're a self-confessed Villa fan who's just been absolutely twatted by Aston Villa, outplayed for 90 minutes, and then you go and do that, and then you wonder why you're getting booed every week. Keep your mouth shut, get back in that dressing room and work on your game, because you can do it. And he's not doing it. He's done it for 6 months out of 4 years.
Yeah. Big up
but Ederson is the complete... Sorry, mate. Ederson is the complete role reversal of that. Ederson has done it for 6-7 years. But
7-8 years. Oh,
yeah, Ederson has done it for that length of time, and one save from a goalkeeper who's nowhere near his level makes fans think that he's shit. Right? It's bollocks. I mean, Jack ain't shit. He's just not. He's not shit. He's just. No. I don't know what it is. He's got the ability. He's got the ability. Is that a Pep thing, though?
Could be, mate.
Again, I'm really confused by it, but
yeah. Big up Tone, mate. Obviously, obviously, I know it's a bit earlier to stream today, but I've done it at 6. Obviously, we would have done, but I know it's a bit. It's very,
sorry. I had to go out at 6. You can blame Ed, who's also in the chat for me going out at 6.
But what we'll do is get you and Martin and put that on for another stream before the year all start. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's been a bit busy right now, but mate, we appreciate all the support you so far on the channel. You obviously on the road to 1K. Appreciate you, mate, for all the support you give us in the chats, obviously, and the likes and the share, mate. Do appreciate it, mate. I wish all the But yeah, going back to it, I mean, for me personally with Jack now, I'm at the point now, like, look, it hasn't worked out. It has 40 goals in 3 years, mate. It's not good enough, mate. It's not good enough. I'm sorry. I've got to be real here. £100 million for that. Sorry, man. All right. All best, lads. But yeah, I just want to see players on the pitch with the quality to prove that they can do it. I think I look at most of that squad, mate, and at some point in the new year, look at the winner, mate. I want to go through some of these players, mate, because I think most of these players aren't good enough, mate, anymore, or good enough at all.
I don't know what good enough is now. I've gone to a point where
Haaland's good enough. Foden, to me, gets it out of his arse, he's fine. Haaland and Foden, they're fine. I think Kev, it was a couple of years ago, yeah, sure, but Kev's age is starting to show now. I think he's still a world-class player, mate. I think that his legs have gone. And in this league, you need legs. You need legs, mate. You haven't got them. Like, I guarantee in Saudi or even Italy, mate. Italy did too well. I think is at the point where this league, I think, has caught him now. Sadly,
Okay.
I think it's time we sort of look to move him on now. Look, obviously, if you have one more year, I'll be happy. But we've got to be real now. It's time to move forward. I look at the midfield. Gundogan, mate. That was a mistake. A massive mistake to get him back in. And when Guimaraes was right there in the summer, mate, £100 million, pay that money for him, and you've got a player there who could do that. Well, I've watched him a lot this season. He what we need, mate. Energy in the midfield, run up down the pitch, tackle, put the ball back, goal. He could do that kind of role. If we had Bruno G that midfield right now with Bernardo, maybe Foden, that's a good. It's a better midfield than we've got already.
I don't think we'll ever sign him now. You know, I think no. The ship sailed with Bruno Guimaraes now
because the club has once again dallied.
Yeah,
and this the issue.
The ship sailed. I think we'll make signings in January.
Yeah,
I think signings in January will happen. I think it'll be 2 at most.
Yeah,
and I think they're going to be players we've never heard of. And if anyone tells you they've signed them on Football Manager or something 20 years ago, you know, they're going to be players no one's ever heard of, and they ain't going to be, you know. I might be surprised by all this, you know, but I haven't had a transfer where we made a transfer where I thought, here we go.
Haaland definitely was that player.
Haaland. Yeah. And a few before that. And yeah, I've backed Nunes since day one. And I've backed all of it. Doku as well. Doku's was an exciting transfer, but he's not to that level of like, oh my God, here we fucking go. But that's what I mean. Like when you think you look at them and you see Fabrizio Romano go, here we go, and you're like, wow, that's a signing.
Haaland was like that. Oh my God, we got Haaland.
Yeah. This is what I'm trying to say. It's not going to be someone. We're not going to get Zubamendi in January, and we're not going to get Bruno Guimaraes in January. Newcastle are not going to sell their captain.
Well, there you go. Look, I think the fan base has to hold humble pie and have to hold it. This season, mate, it's going to be a shit one. It's going to be one. And just get us top 4. I'm fine. I'll take top 4.
We will get top 4.
Oh, mate, no. But I need to believe. I need to believe these players are going to turn up, mate. Because if they don't turn up, mate, I think it's top. Lose to Everton, mate.
Does anyone else in the comments think we'll get top 4? What do you all think?
The thing is, mate, right, Alex, if we lose to Everton, mate, on Boxing Day, how toxic will it get? Because I don't boo players. The thing is, mate, it's going to get worse. And the question needs to be asked at some point is
Pep Guardiola. I said to someone on last week.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. I said to someone 2 weeks ago, I said, if we get beat by Man United, that atmosphere is going to be toxic. And you can almost guarantee that they will get booed off. Because they've lost again. It's against Man United. And it ain't right. I said it, and they were like, if we get booed off, it's a disgrace. And I feel like saying, well, hang on a minute. Is it? Because what are we going to do? We've just got beat by our biggest rivals in the biggest rut we've ever been in my lifetime. Is it really a disgrace? Or are fans just expressing their opinion that they are not happy with this? Like, what? So what do fans expect us to do? Lose against Man United and applaud them off the pitch and say this is good enough?
No.
Exactly.
This is where the fan base has got a bit. It's got to chill a little bit.
Look, I agree with you.
Yeah, I do agree. It's about who you get in. Don't just get any like young 17-year-old. Get a player that's actually going to do a bit of a difference right now.
But hang on, saying that though, it might not even need to be top 4. It might be top 5 gets you Champions League next season.
I mean, top 4, personally. Top 5. Oh God, that's just like
you're risking it. You're risking it massively because you need an English team to go quite deep in the competition. But the way the other teams are doing in the Champions League, that might be. I think I could be wrong. We need 2 English teams to make the quarterfinals, and then
Arsenal probably. Don't know about Arsenal.
Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Yeah, I think that's about right. It might be. We won't get it. We've got no hope. It's a good job I'm going on holiday the day of the Champions League final, isn't it?
What? How are you there? I'm like, what the fuck?
If we got there again. Yeah, this. I'm going. Yeah, mate. I've been there for every freaking game of this run. Toxic. I'll be fuming. Yeah, we cannot lose to Everton, can we?
Right. I'll say this now. If we ever, a lot of the fans are saying his injuries will have them changed. That'll be when she changes his name to Everton. Because then, mate, how long do we lose for before Pep gets? I'm not saying it has to be sacked, no, but questioned by the fan base. At some point, even if it was Fergie, mate, it was Fergie on this run. What happened? No one is not unaccountable, I suppose. Like everyone's accountable for their actions, mate. Like I'm not saying it's the issue, by the way. It's a collective fuck up from everyone.
Yeah.
But how long do you keep persisting with this for, mate? Because at some point it's got to change, mate. Like if we lose to Everton, Leicester, mate, I'm not thinking, mate. I don't give a shit. I wouldn't care. Like, oh, be careful what you wish for. Well, at this point, mate, I'm wishing for wins.
Exactly.
Mate.
Exactly.
Like, I don't really care, mate. Like the thing is, right? You said before, mate, as well with Danny, right? We know eventually Pep will be here. He won't be here for long. So what? I meant to just keep on forever, and then what? The club.
I meant to suffer fucking losing for 2 years constantly because he's still here. No. Like there's a comment coming up in a minute. You'll see it on the screen, right? That says, "I'm by no means whatsoever Pepe." This one,
yeah,
right, and I'm not either. But I totally agree with this comment. If he loses 100 games in a row, I wouldn't want him gone. That is nonsense. It's nonsense, and I'm sorry. The only reason Pep Guardiola has survived this run now is because of the credit he has in the bank from the previous 9 years, which is absolutely fine, by the way.
Yep.
That is absolutely fine. And I have said that at the start. That is fine. He deserves that opportunity. But to say if he loses 100 games in a row, you'd want him to stay. You'd get rid of the players first. No. Have a look on my Twitter at a lad I was arguing with yesterday saying pretty much the same thing. Talking complete nonsense. I'd sell the players first. Yeah, because it's that freaking easy.
Mate, you aren't going to sell 7 or 8 of these players in one window.
No, exactly.
I get 3 or 4 out, but they get 7 or 8 out, mate.
They need to get real. Like, the board will get rid of Pep Guardiola before they get rid of those players.
They have to, mate, because that's an easy way to continue. Like, again, we are not saying Pep out. Remember.
No.
We're saying Pep out. Listen to what we're saying rather than what you're assuming we're saying. That's the issue with Twitter,
I
mate.
don't want him to go. I don't want him to go. No one does, because I've said it countless times, and you have. Where do we go if he goes? Nowhere. But
true, but I mean,
we're not shouting for his head. And to be fair, they probably did. They're already shouting for Amarim's head. So
Exactly, mate. If we can't be Everton Leicester, mate, the question needs to be seriously asked, mate. Even more than what
this is
now.
what I said at the start. At what point do we think, hang on a minute, he might not actually be able to do it?
My confidence, by the way, mate. Southampton have more points than we do in the last 6 games.
So do Wolves.
Yeah. And bear in mind, Southampton has got a new manager, by the way. I guarantee you change the mentality around. So
my other half, as I've made perfectly clear, is a massive Wolves fan. I have been laughing at her and supporting Wolves for the last 5 and a bit years we've been together because we've been unbelievable. Now, the last 6 weeks, she's just been saying to me, well, they know how it feels to be a Wolves fan.
Yeah.
They've got more points than us.
They do. Like, mate, points per game, mate, or average, mate. We're lower than Southampton, mate. I think we're probably one of the worst teams in top 5 leagues, then, mate. Right now,
we've conceded more goals than anyone else in Europe's top 5 leagues.
So, you can't expect us to just, I'll be patient. Patient for what exactly? What? Oh, just wait there. Wait there. Mate, longer you wait, relegation happens.
This is it. How dare you? Yeah, exactly. How dare you question Pep Guardiola, mate? How dare you?
I will.
How dare you?
Mate. No one is above, mate, accountability.
He is. He is. Absolutely he is. He should be given 100 losses before he's even questioned.
Exactly. This, by the way, is so true. I think what people just say exactly. We're not. Look, I would love it if Pep turned us around, mate. I would love it if Pep turned us around, and let's say we suddenly won the league, mate. I would be fucking rattling scousers, mate. Everyone else, mate. I'd be like, yeah, I wouldn't give a shit, mate. We'll imagine that our run, mate, and we still be looking to league. It won't happen at all, by the way. It's all by the way.
We'd have to win every game, I reckon, now.
We're not winning every game. We're not winning every game. If we did, I'm like,
I think we'd have to be pretty much perfect now between now and the end of the season.
We're not going to be perfect.
But someone did say to me that the last time I said that we'd have to be pretty much perfect between now and the end of the season. It was after we lost at Villa away last season, and we did win near enough every game.
The run is up. No, it's not on. It's not on.
Just saying.
No.
Look, but this again is absolutely right. That's what we're saying.
Last season, this is what last year was that Rodri was fit, Foden was fit, and players were on form. Not the whole squad was on form. Players were on the form. This season, the entire squad is out of funk. So this is a collective fuck up, not just players that are not doing well fuck up. That's why it went. That's why this year, right? It Liverpool, fine. I'm not going to sit here and cry about it, mate. But I played him. Obviously deserve it. But this is where we're now, man. The fan base has got to relax, mate. No one is like when Pep goes, what is that it then? Club's done, folded.
Yeah,
it is. This is what we're doing, is it? Like, at some point, Pep Guardiola will not be here anymore. Again, we're not saying he has to go. I'm just saying, at some point, this fan base has got to accept they won't be here anymore.
And then what do they do? Then what do they do? Crawl back under their rocks as Chelsea fans.
But so like, be careful what you wish for. Well, okay, but I'm not actually.
I'm not wishing for him to go. I'm not wishing for him to go. None of us are.
Mate, 27 goals. I'll go with, mate. It's a fucking disgrace, by the way. That's a fucking disgrace. That is Rico, mate.
Sorry, he ain't it. I like him. And I think he's a really, really nice guy, and he's clearly a talented footballer. But is it because he's overplayed, or is it because he's not good enough for the level? I don't know. I can't quite make my mind up on that, whether he's good enough or whether it is the amount being played.
If solely I'm at the point where, like, you know what?
I'm not even in my normal seat for that.
No, but Alex, if we beat Salford City, mate, I think he has to go. He has to go. Because again, how long are you? Because at some point, even like, look, again, obviously, mate, I am panicking, mate. So I'm kind of accepting where we are with him anyway. But I'm just saying, accountability is still needed for this club to move forward. And
yeah,
I know Pep's accountable for it, so there's other players, and so also even Calhoun's accountable for it.
Yeah.
But for me, if Salford beat us, that would be the biggest, I think, like, embarrassment ever. I mean, I know lots of to win. I know. As a one-off game, mate, good season. This would be a rock bottom, mate. Rock bottom. This would be rock bottom.
I'm going. One of my Christmas presents off a good friend of mine is I'm going to the 9320 lounge for this one. So I'm going up in the posh seats.
Right.
If we get beat to Salford, I don't even know.
Yeah.
What would the atmosphere be like then? That's all I'm going to say on it.
I'm saying it now, mate. Lose to Everton, mate. I genuinely think, mate, the fan base collectively would just say, that's it. At some point, it's going to change, mate. At some point, it's got to change. You can't keep doing this forever, mate.
I don't think it would. I think people like that lad who I was arguing with yesterday on Twitter would turn around and say, well, get rid of the players first. Don't get rid of Pep. There's too many people who are glued into it. And
Mate, fucking hell. That Tottenham game, mate, was just...
Is it any good up there? Is it any good up there? I've never been. I've never done hospitality ever. It's like a dream for me, this is. If we lose the first time I've ever done hospitality for a club I've loved for fucking 30-something years, I've never done it before. I've never had the opportunity, and my mate has got it me for Christmas, and I am absolutely buzzing. Like, I'm so grateful. And yeah, if we get beat,
yeah, honestly, that'll be a fucking nightmare. But obviously coming in a chat with us, the mistake we made of being liable to drop off. That is true. I think the thing is, for me, is like, I've always been mates this team because again, we're fans, mate, of the club. But at the end of the day, right? So I thought this summer, I don't care who you are, mate. You're on the block, mate. At that point, because no one's place now is guaranteed anymore for me.
No,
not even. And I want to see changes, mate. I'm not crying about trophies, mate, anymore. Trophies. I want to see this team win again. Back to the start play. Fans, I want to be excited, mate. Say, come on, push forward, play a style play, go forward, attacking, fluid football again. Enjoy the football. Guys are enjoying football all together. Try and fight for the management. Fight for the team. That's the first step, mate. The first trophies is to get that back. Then you'll start seeing. Because look, trophies cannot come until you start getting that style of play back again.
Exactly.
I think it needs to change it up properly. No more tweaks. A full system change. Now's the time for it.
Why not?
Because otherwise, scrap inverted fullbacks, mate. Get back to proper fullbacks. The thing is, people.
We all get things wrong. We all get things wrong. It's part and parcel of being a human.
And I'm not going to go Pep out. I'm saying like Pep, like you need to realise that. Also, mate, the substitution mate at times. The substitutions are fucking terrible at times.
Fuck, honestly, those substitutions he made against Man United, I haven't been as furious as that in a football match for years. For absolute years. Why on earth did he make those substitutions? What on earth was going through his head at that point?
Why bring Gundogan off?
Kev was not playing well, right? I get it. But he was at least slowing the game down. He was slowing the game down, and he was getting the ball into positions that they can't score from. United cannot score when the ball is in their half.
Yeah.
And Kev was holding the ball there. He didn't need to make that change.
But for me as well, mate, too much Gundogan respect, mate. Gundogan's done, mate. He ain't saying anymore. Look, I don't hate Gundogan, but he should have left it when he did. Guimaraes in the summer was the right call. £100 million player. Get them worried about the Grealish thing, but Bruno for me is worth more than Jack is, mate. In my opinion, but Bruno, I don't more guaranteed to get out of that than are Jack. It's a hard one, I know, but
it is a hard one.
But the thing is, right, McAteer, you know what? At this point, mate, just to play him. Play McAteer right. I don't care anymore. Just play someone. I don't care at this point. You might as well, because what else is going to change, mate? I'd rather give these play the chance. Put Jacob right at the end. See what happens.
I don't know. Is he? Yeah, I get that, but it's like Sam Lee said in his podcast. Is he really going to do that? Because that, yes, we haven't got anything to lose, but that is a massive, massive risk. And I really don't know, because there is that side of me that does agree with you'll never win anything with kids. But then how are they going to get experience if they don't play? It's a catch-22 for me.
Yeah.
It is a catch-22 because it's like he said the other day, like I said the other day, if you play Simpson Poozy against Man United and we get absolutely turned over, you'll ruin his career. He would never recover from that. And you might say, oh, but he's got years ahead of him, years. He'd never recover. Ever. And you see it with older players. They don't recover from situations where they get fed and put into these huge, big situations. When they make one mistake, that's it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm with you on that. I'm with that comment. I don't know. Did I think we'd win? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I just think for me at the moment, mate, what was your reaction in that Derby game, mate, when they scored that 2-1 winner?
I lost my fucking head. I'll be brutally honest. I lost my head. I totally lost my head. I went absolutely mad. It got to a point where I was going so mad. Yeah, everyone can laugh at me. I nearly broke my seat. And I had to have my dad tell me to calm down. Because I honestly, I saw, no pun intended, I saw red. I was furious.
Yeah.
Because it's not about the result, and it's not about how we got that result, to me. It's about who we were playing and the fact that we let them, those rats of all teams, it could have been anyone.
They are shit, by the way. They are fucking.
They are wank. And they are the worst Man United team of my lifetime. And
we let them win. We let them win, mate. Because do you know what it was, mate? The entire team collapses under any pressure. And that's the reason why we're in this mess. Talent up here to keep going has completely gone. And I don't know why it's gone. But what game? You know what I said before? What game changed? What game just went?
And everyone behind just going up, like behind me and in front of me, just going absolutely laying into Nunes. Nunes had a good game. You know, Nunes had a good game until that point. Yes, it was his fault. It was his pass. it was him that gave the penalty away. But no one thinks to actually try and give him a little bit of credit for trying to correct the fact he fucked it up. He was trying to correct it, and he tried too hard. He'd actually done the hard work. He'd got back and he'd forced him out wide. But he's not a defender. It's not in his mindset to keep him there. I actually think if that was Walker in that situation, they don't score or don't get a penalty. Because Walker knows I've got him in a good position here. Either make him play it backwards or see him to the corner flag and get it out for a corner. Yeah. But Nunes doesn't know that. He's a central attacking midfielder playing left back.
But
he had a good game at that point. And everyone's laying in on him. And I'm like, it ain't fucking his fault. Look at the whole of the back line first.
It's the club's fault not getting a left back. A left back we need for years.
But people are too blind to see that. They say, oh, it's Nunes, he's shit. People are too blind to realise it is the club's fault.
I think the worst
game on the run.
Derby or Tottenham. Or Feyenoord. The one of them three. I know, fucking Christ, mate. I was like, you fucking joking me, mate. Are you seriously? You're 3-0 up at home.
It's got to be Feyenoord for that, hasn't it? I think as a City fan and as a Burt, United.
Yeah, but the game was
looking at it from a realistic point of view. Excuse me, it's got to be Feyenoord because we were 3-0 up and cruising,
and they crumbled. I don't even blame easy for that because it wasn't his fault. It was Akanji as the season centre back and Vardio. And right, Myra, I know you watched this, right? I will not go at Vardio, by the way. This isn't a attack with Vardio. Just want to let you know, I was watching these streams. We know with Young Vardio, he's been playing a lot recently. And mistakes now, I started to creep in his games there.
Yeah.
Started to creep in. But again, I can't blame him all the time because he's played too many games. There's no rotation for him. Everyone's injured. I would love to get back in and say, right, here's a couple of games rest, you chill, get back playing again, and get back to team. Because I think for me, an actual left back playing left back does wonders. And fullback, like I want to go back. Do you remember, mate, watching 17-18, mate, that season when we had Walker or Delph Mendy, fullbacks, run down the wings, cross the ball into the strikers or the midfielders and scoring goals. This team needs that again. We need it back because I think that the current setup now is done. It's been found out. It's too to play against now. And also as well, by the way, Yosko's back here. What's he trying to do there? Just clear off the line. Just clear off the line. What he's trying to do? Do a back hill on the line. Like if he acts that clear, it's 1-0. Yeah, it's been shit, but it's still 1-0.
I don't know. I said at the time, I sit literally 20 yards behind that most. I think I said at the time, Vardiol is running at full pace to get back and stop that ball going in. The ball has looped over. It's not Edison's fault. Anyone blaming Edison for me can swivel because the ball has come from the halfway, behind the halfway line. It's been thumped over, and Edison has kind of gone, okay, he's at fault for not knowing where he is at that point. Edison's kind of in no man's land. And then he's caught in two minds. Do I go? Do I stay? And he's kind of thought, and he's not thought quick enough and committed himself quick enough. And he's gone and then thought, shit. And then he's misjudged the bounce. It's looped over him. I think a lot more credit has to go to Diallo for the touch than criticism for Edison. And he took it around him. But if you watch Vardiol on that, he has absolutely belted it to get back.
Yes. Yeah.
There's no way he's stopping that ball going in because he is running at full momentum. If he tries to kick that ball, there's only one place that ball is going, and that's exactly where it went anyway.
Back of the net,
so I think to blame anyone between Edison, Josco, and Nunes for that second goal is really, really harsh. Because there's no way any of them can do anything about that. Yeah. It's a freak loop of the ball. The trajectory of the initial pass, was it Martinez who's banged it over? The initial ball from Martinez has caused chaos because 3 players have misjudged where it's going. That happens.
Same here, by the way.
Yeah. Just win. Just win.
1 win in 12, mate. It's depressing. Like, fuck me. That's relegation form. That is relegation form. Oh god.
13's an unlucky number as well. Just saying.
God. Mate, it's 118. And Kevin, where it's going, mate, it could be that. It could actually be that. Mate.
Say that.
It could be that, mate. We could fucking oh. Mate, the thing is, right, if we lose to Everton, then, mate, I think the fan base at that point needs to start being a bit more questionable at that point. I think if you're still...
I think they will.
Because I think Ian Martin said perfect. If you can't beat Everton at that point, you've got to start a lot more serious questions than that.
Yeah.
Because this run coming up, actually, a pretty good run for us. Before February hits.
We've got 4 very winnable games in a row now.
If you can't beat
that, we haven't won in fucking 12, but
we have
got 4 winnable games coming up.
But it just depends. Like, these players, right? Of course, I feel sorry for them. Well, get out of your heads. Do you know what? At this point, just work together. We know what's needed. We know what's required in January and in December. For now, just show some fight, get some results, go back top 4 and fight for it. And is it the year? Is top 4 nothing else? All right, it's a shit season for us, but it's something to go again.
Yeah,
correct it.
Yeah,
and that puts all I want. And the thing is, right? Look. I'm not saying I want Pep out. Neither is Alex. We just want to see a bit of accountability for everyone.
Yeah.
This has been a while run. I think I've seen us go on probably in my no. I know it's Kevin Keegan and Stuart Pearce, but I was like 5 years old at that point, so I can't remember that at all. But in my remember something human being is the worst I've ever seen City go on ever. I know other people have seen worse runs. I get that. Fair enough if you've seen worse than this, but with our standards of play, our standards of football club now, this is the worst I've ever seen that happen.
Yeah.
And we're seventh now. We're seventh. And if we're not careful, 10th.
Yeah, we could be 10th on New Year's Day.
Exactly. Accountability. It's time to be accountable for our mistakes. And look, on Thursday, are you going to the game on Thursday?
I'll be there. I think I made up my mind that I probably should go. I don't want to, but
I think, look, if you get a victory, just turn the tide. Like, look, as I said before, get some wins and get some form together.
Yeah.
Just get a result. In January, the club needs to act.
Yeah.
The club needs to act. If we don't buy anyone, that has to ask one question. Charges then legit. Are they with charges? I'm going to ask the question. Go.
Don't mention charges. Jesus Christ.
I know, but it's a question you've got to ask, isn't it? Because you've got money there to spend.
Is it playing on their mind? Maybe.
I think for me, this season, I just want everything sorted out. Like charges. Yeah. I want clarity where we're going so I can move forward. Right, I'm out the way now. Move forward and get back to where we're again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I want. I want a team that's us together. I want a team fighting for the shirt, for the badge, the club, for the fans. Forget the league. Forget it. Even if we get back into it somehow, forget it for the moment. It's not priority right now. The priority is some wins on the belt. Get a run going. FA Cup. Try win the FA Cup if we can. Champions League, I couldn't give a shit about this year. This team right now isn't good enough for Champions League. It's not. I know it's competition. If you're shit, you can still win. But I don't think mentally up here we're there yet.
No, we're nowhere near. We're nowhere near, and we won't get anywhere near it either. I'll be amazed. The thing is, everyone's saying we've got a lot of games coming up. We're playing too many games. If we finish anything below 8th, we're going to have to play 2 more games anyway before we even get to the next stage of the Champions League. But then if we finish 22nd, 23rd or 24th, we're playing 9th, 10th or 11th. So there's no guarantee we'd even beat them.
No.
So, who are 8th, 9th and 10th in the Champions League at the minute?
A lot better, mate. I'll let you know.
We've got no idea. 9th, 10th, 11th, sorry.
Right. Dortmund, Bayern, Atletico Milan.
Well, there you go. So if we finish, the highest we can finish is 19th. So who's 13th?
Well, if the last 2 games, it's our 14 points, probably be third. So it's possible, but we need to beat PSG. And Bruce have a chance.
Yeah,
but
so
though,
imagine. So if we lose against PSG, the highest we can finish is 22nd. I think.
And the thing is, mate,
that's where we'd play one of those 3. So there's no guarantee we'd even get through that.
No.
It's just a nonsense write-off season. And I think it's caused so much splits within the fan base that the fans just need to sort themselves out, really. And the club need to sort themselves out.
It needs to be a collective like accountability. Everything's right. You know what? Instead of having to go at each other now, you support this team for that. You've been this long. Like, you're whatever. I'm like, off. And like even creators are doing it as well now. Each other now. I don't care to see his video, mate. I don't give a shit. Stop doing this. Why don't instead opinions are opinions. If you don't like them, fine. But stop being horrible to other people for that's their respect opinions. I could be young, old, main road, Etihad. Don't care who you are. Stop doing this. It's time to just be accountable for our own actions and also kind of accountable for theirs.
Yeah.
Let's reset. Go again to New Year. Fresh mindset. Get behind the players. Tell them, look, we know you're struggling right now, but we're here for you, and we're gonna fight for you online. And then what we ask from you is to do the exact fucking same for us. We're not asking for leagues or cups. We're asking to get them in the team. So next year we can batter Tottenham, batter Liverpool, batter Chelsea, batter United. I want Tottenham 7-0. I want a 7-0 back to Tottenham because they battered us so many times recently. They're due a humbling from us.
Tottenham are going to get it this season when they win nothing again. They're fine.
I want to see us at every big game as well. Smash everyone next season.
Yeah,
smash everyone off the park and win the league, win the Cup, Champions League, win it all.
Win the quadruple, eh?
Next year should be revenge season. A revenge season. In the summer, in January, get players in, get the squad sorted out, new players, fresh players, go in next year. Yeah. I can take this year being what it is. I can. Because I see the 4 in a row. I see a treble. Oh, I just want to see the team reset and go again. Same as the fan base. Reset each other, go again.
Totally agree with you, mate.
Until then, though, mate, Christmas is here. We celebrate Christmas.
We
enjoy these, forget about Boxing Day. Enjoy Christmas Day for what it is, and also having a few drinks. Obviously, if you're old enough, a few drinks.
Drink responsibly. Unless you're Danny, drink responsibly.
Oh yeah, but exactly, bro. Everyone, let's get together. Let's chill out. Have a good Christmas. Boxing Day is what it is. After that, what it is, and a new year, fresh mentality. Stop. There's each other. We go again. But to everyone from all of us here on the podcast,
happy Christmas, everyone. Enjoy your festivities. Don't drink too much, and don't eat too much either.
And exactly, yeah. And I'll be back soon for another podcast, hopefully soon.
Yeah,
Not sure when that's
we'll see you all soon.
Probably.
Any questions you've got for us, chuck them to us on our Twitter pages, on the page for whatever. If you want to come on one as well, if you want to come and say hello, if you want to show your face, give us a shout. We'll help you out.
I will do it as well at a bit more of a reasonable time so people can sort of come on in the evening, but again, I'll see how it can be. You know, it's 23rd, it's busy, but damn it. God's sake.
Don't talk about Luke like that.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, man. It's beer. Alex as well. Ironically saying that to me, but but yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a good new Christmas, also New Year. I'm not sure when we'll be back on, but I'm sure it'll be soon. Take care. Have a good Christmas from all of us here. Not
See you later.
I'll see you guys soon. Take care.